I talked to Vern and
Yeah, you better have it, because I wasn't coming in here.
Yeah, I got permission. He was just glad we weren't in the bedroom because that would have looked bad. So good thing we were in the living room. If you want, I know the lighting is a problem sometimes. So you can sit there, I guess, and I'll just stand up.
There you go. This is bad. This what happened. This is the same spot I was in last time he came walking in here.
Yeah.
Sitting in front of you on this couch.
Oh man.
Look at you. Look like you.
I looked better.
Like a soccer mom.
I looked better yesterday.
You're like a soccer mom. Check out.
Oh, thank you. These are really nice jeans, American Eagle.
I like the whole outfit.
They're the only ones that really fit me. All my other jeans are real big, and I didn't realize how big I was.
So what now?
I must have been really big.
You need to stand up.
But yeah, I seem to have lost a lot of weight. It's funny. Well,
That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is me and Vernon, man, we got into a big fight because we're fighting over the drugs, you know. Mm. And I keep trying to explain to him that I'm extremely religious and into God.
Can you cut that off for a minute?
It just.
I know, but it's gonna come back on when the temperature drops 1 degrees. Because you gotta set it on certain degrees. It's gonna go off and on.
Yeah. Well, at least you know my heat and my electric works.
That's all over the world.
But thank God. That's why I want to give thanks to God first, because most addicts don't have it the way that I have it. But I think God made me an addict for a reason. I think there's more to this drug thing than people are letting on. And as you know, people will sell their own mother for money. Okay, and wealth and power and status.
Come close. Let them see your face. Come on.
Well, I don't look that
good.
Come on,
you look good enough. There you go.
Okay.
Stay right there. Don't move.
Well, this tooth is yellow because I went to the dentist.
Okay, they look white to me.
Well,
they might look a little dingy next to your white hair.
No, it was perfect.
Hold on, that's 3 different whites. Your hair, your skin, and your teeth.
Okay, well.
3 shades of white.
That's a good thing, I guess.
But you said you were black, though. But go ahead.
Well, the thing was, okay, here's the thing. I went to the dentist, and I don't ever go to the dentist because the only time I go is to get my teeth cleaned. Every time I go, I let them do something.
Do you begin your teeth clean?
Yeah, regular, a lot.
That's
good. This lady, I had a little chip in between these 2 teeth, and I needed it sanded down in the middle. And I told her, do not drill on that tooth. Just sand these 2 down and make them even from where it kind of chipped from a crack pipe. I got a burn right here from it too, but I didn't show you. Well, she glazed it.
How did the crack pipe chip your tooth?
Because you hold it in between your mouth and your teeth.
It'd be too hot.
I don't know. I think somebody did it, but I blamed it on the crack pipe. But anyway, because that's what happened. That's what I was doing when it broke. Anyway, she glazed it over yellow on purpose, just to be mean to me.
Oh, Lord.
I swear to God she did.
That woman ain't thinking about you. That woman trying to do her job.
No, she glazed it over yellow for a reason. Okay.
So why do you think that God made you be a drug addict on purpose?
Because, like I said, people will do anything for money. I think there's a lot more to this drug thing. I think the government, or not even the government, but some unknown society or some group of people are going around making people sick and poisoning people so that they have to use drugs. Because when my friend at the hotel got arrested, somebody told me there was arsenic in his dope. And they're not going to say that if it's not the truth. And they raided him. And why would they raid him if they didn't want that stuff to find out what was wrong and what was going on in there? And I'm going to tell you right now, that's why I'm so skinny. I've been trying to get clean off of the boy. And I can't eat, and I'm puking, and I got that shitting everywhere, and pissing, sweating. I got eyes coming out of my teeth. I got tears coming out of my eyes. I'm not even crying. It's like my body is forcing out a toxin, and everyone thinks it's drugs. But drugs are kind of like opiates. They're supposed to be like all natural pain relievers, and cocaine comes from the cacao leaf. Those are all natural. My body shouldn't reject drugs like that. And they make up this lie about addiction. But I'm going to tell you right now, I was in there sick for 2 weeks like that, sweating and puking and shitting, and couldn't eat. And I was laying in bed all day, and I would do a little dope. I'd go to sleep for an hour, and I'd wake up sick as fuck, like so sick. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. But then I prayed about it, and I said, Lord, don't let any poison of any kind be able to plague me. You know what I mean? And then I woke up, and I didn't need a line. So I don't know if there's no dope in me or if there's no poison in me.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Make a lot of,
And then I start having second thoughts, like, because then I did a line anyway out of habit, even though I wasn't sick, because that's a habit for me. And then I started feeling sick, and I'm like, am I wrong about this? Why has God put this in my hands? What am I supposed to figure out? But I know it's something big. And me and Vern, he doesn't understand God's work. We almost got in a fight the other day. He was trying to kick me out in the snow, and he was going to call the police. And I'm like, I don't want to fight with this guy when I'm trying to do God's work and figure out what God wants me to figure out. And at the same time, I feel like I'm dying. Like, I feel like my whole body has just been chopped up, cut, kicked, beat, and stomped on.
You can't say certain things.
Well, I
don't know what you can say, but go ahead.
I'm just saying, I feel like I have been beat down to a pulp. And that's what it feels like when God's vengeance is against you. But I know I'm either telling somebody something wrong, or I'm not seeing what God wants me to see. And the sooner I realize that, or don't say anything at all, because I don't want to tell you something that I don't know for sure. You know, and I've been telling people that everybody was poisoning people that drugs aren't bad, but I know drugs are bad. It's not a good idea to, and then also, guess what else God led me to believe?
What?
Cigarettes cause permanent nerve damage.
Do they?
Yeah, because it had arsenic in it, which affects the central nervous system.
Yeah, but the whole world knows the cigarette's terrible anyway. It
damages your nerve endings. So even after you quit smoking, you're going to be like, you know?
Well, I quit smoking. I don't do all that.
Well, I've been trying to quit smoking, and I was fine. And then God says, well, how about this? And I'm like, oh, God, that's way worse. And now I realize how much God was doing for me, because now my nerves are shot.
You ever thought about being a pastor?
Yeah. I should have quit smoking when I had the chance, because now God has made it worse. Like, I really want to.
Yeah, okay, but you ever thought about being a pastor?
Yeah.
Because you seem to know everything about the Bible.
I've read that Bible. I wrote that Bible.
I think your church
300 times.
Your church and your congregation gonna be a little different.
Well, I was Seventh-day Adventist.
Because we talk about the Bible. We talk about the Bible different than anybody I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's because you have to read between the lines, and it's called the living word, because every time you read it, depending on who you are or where you're at in your life, the Bible will speak to you differently. And God can shut that off, and He can turn it on. You could read it and not hear or see nothing, or you could read it and hear it and see everything. It's like magic, you know.
I get
it. And I'm really struggling with this addiction, because I'm sick of it.
But you've been struggling for a long time. So,
only about, well, let me tell you what happened. I smoked crack from the time I was 17. Oh, I did alcohol and weed from the time I was 13 till now. But I did cocaine and crack when I was 17 till I was 28. And I didn't start using fentanyl until I was 28. But I gave up the weed, the rolling, the shrooms, the alcohol. I haven't drank in probably 10 years. And I used to drink all day, every day. I used to smoke weed all day, every day.
So why is it?
I used to smoke crack all day, every day.
Right. So why is it so different from you to quit the opiates and the crack now than it was for you to quit the shrooms, alcohol, and weed? Well,
for one thing, I was younger then, and my body could handle more abuse. And that might be why I felt beat down too. But yeah, the drugs were beating me down, and the alcohol definitely was. But now, since I've been 28 and I'm 38, so for the past, actually I'm 39, so for the past 11 years, I haven't done any drugs except for the fentanyl. But I don't do it all day, every day like I did. I would do it like once every 2 months.
Not now?
Yeah.
Because you've been smoking that shit. It ain't been 2 months since I seen you.
I do it once a week, if even that.
Okay, yeah, we'll go for. I might bleed once a week,
but
once every 2 months. That's a fucking lie.
I've went a whole 2 weeks without getting high since I've been with Vernon.
Yeah, I believe. I can believe
I do not get high. He will not let me get high.
I believe that.
Yeah. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You said once every 2 months.
But usually.
But in the last 2 months, I've met you over there at the shed.
Yeah, you're right.
I here with binges, so I'm like, that's a lot.
Well, when I was with the last guy, he wouldn't let me smoke. So I was with him for like 8 years. So I didn't smoke for a year. Sorry.
And he was still smoking the whole time?
No, he was doing boy.
Oh, okay.
But he's clean now.
But then you got a man that don't do any of that shit, do he?
Nothing.
So what?
It's so weird dating somebody.
So what I'm saying is, when you're with your ex-boyfriend, that when you were trying to stop smoking, doing drugs, he was still doing opiates. It make it a little hard for you to stop when you live with somebody to do it.
Right.
But now that you get with somebody that's clean, it should be a lot easier.
That's what I said. I should be able to quit, and I haven't been able to. And I've quit opiates. I've quit opiates. When my ex got clean the last time, every time he quit, I quit like that. And I love this guy just as much. So I should be able to quit. I don't know what God wants me to see or why I can't stop.
Well, you say you got a personal relationship with him. Go visit him.
Well, I have been praying.
You say you almost got married to him. Shit, have a conversation with him.
I talk to God all day, every day.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Do you ever talk back?
Yeah. He tells me to just trust me and be patient. And that's all he said. And I said, okay. So I woke up sicker than sick. And then I woke up and I was fine.
Do you got a telephone number, email address, something I can talk to him?
It's not that hard.
No, I'm asking about you.
Here's the thing. You don't talk to God. You listen for his voice.
Well, same thing.
No, it's not. Because if you're always praying and you're always asking for something and you're always praising, you don't take the time to listen. And I take the time to do all three. And and people think it's weird that I don't work or that I sit at home all day, but God takes up a lot of my time. And I'm not telling, it's not going to be all rainbows and butterflies and blessings. There's a lot of suffering going into being a priestess or a priest or a conduit of God. And there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulder. If you tell somebody the wrong thing, God will punish you. Just like I said something about Jesus. I went straight to jail and suffered for a whole month.
Damn.
Yeah, I got in a fight every week in that jail. Okay. And got kicked out of every pod. They were going to put me in the hole for the last week of my thing because I didn't have nowhere else, no other pod I could go to. And I feel like I've been fighting my whole life. Boxing.
This was a good interview.
Boxing.
But you saying, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Because I want Vernon to walk in here. He might think I'm wearing my welcome out. He might think I'm wearing my welcome out.
But, just if you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know.
Shit,
because there's something I'm missing.
I want you to teach me because you got the type of relationship with God that I ain't never heard nobody talk about God the way you talk about him. You almost got married and all this shit. Like I ain't.
It was an early wedding present.
Yeah, but I ain't never heard nobody. So I think your relationship with God is more than anybody on the entire planet because you are the queen of the universe.
Well,
what I'm saying is queen of the universe.
Okay. Let me tell you what happened with that. God gave me the universe as an early wedding present.
The whole universe?
Yeah, the whole universe.
Okay.
And I fell in love with the animals and the people and put them first above God. So God took it and gave it to somebody else. Was you getting
high when you gave it to you?
No, God, no.
You were sober.
They didn't have drugs in the jungle. I was Mowgli.
I thought you made... You confused me. You told me you made that shit. You created fentanyl thousands.
When I came out of the jungle... Asia was already invented because I would hop like a 5-star from the past to the future, from this planet to this planet. I would be white, and then I would be a girl, a guy, black, Asian, and Mexican. And then I would be in the future, the past, the future, the past. So I would go from in the jungle to a recording artist. I was a singer, and I played every instrument. And then I would go to a castle, and then I would go to queen, and then I would be married. So in each life, I achieved something, and then when I didn't look like that person anymore.
What you going to achieve in this life? You still waiting for God to tell you?
I'm going to help addicts find a way to get clean.
That's right. There you go. That's
what I'm working on now, is because there's no excuse for people to feel this bad. And I haven't been a heroin addict. I knew not to touch it. Like I said, I was in treatment when I was 14, and I never touched heroin. And I've had people try to give it to me, and I'll do any drug you give me, but I wouldn't do heroin. I did it one time, and I puked my guts out, and I never touched it because I read about it in rehab when I was 14, and I thought you had to shoot it up. Well, the only reason I ended up doing it is because I got with a guy that did it, and I bought the other stuff instead of the heroin, and he drove me off a cliff. So after that, I quit buying hard, and I started doing it. And since I was spending $200 a day because I was dancing on it for him alone, I said I might as well do it too. So I started doing it, and I've been on it ever since.
Supporting the man habit to saying, you know what, I ain't gonna keep on spending all my money supporting your habit. Hell, I'm gonna get high too.
Well, like I said, there was a reason God has got me here. Because in all my other lives, I've not been a heroin addict.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is the first time.
Right.
So I got a lot to learn about it.
I think God gonna deliver you from that in this lifetime.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna have to wait till your next lifetime to be sober. I
This
think
is
it's gonna happen
the rest
here.
of my life.
I think it's gonna happen here, and I think that you're gonna be one of God's biggest vessels, biggest tools.
Yeah.
Like you said, He's gonna use you to make sure everybody else get clean. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
I'm gone.
All right. Bye bye.